Hi, this is Lindsay. We're just getting started with our training. Hold on one moment and let me pull up the screen. Today is going to be a little bit different than what you are accustomed to, and I think you're going to love it. People continually say to me that they wish that they could hear me do a sales call. So, unscripted, unrehearsed, you are going to be privy to me doing a sales call today. Um, I don't think we need to say much more because you're going to learn a lot more from actually experiencing it than from me sort of teaching it from the normal place I would. So, without any further ado, hold on one sec, and we're going to pretend like I am dialing a phone. Oh, as soon as I can get this started. There we go. Okay. So, ready for my ring ring. Hi,
Hi,
Katie. This is Lindsay Wilson. How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm good. You sound excited.
I am.
I What are you excited about?
Oh, I'm in Maui right now.
What did you say? I couldn't even hear it.
I said I'm in Maui right now. I
Oh
just
my,
came off of 7 days of silence.
holy crud. I bet you're excited to talk to somebody. That's awesome. What do you, so you,
Yeah.
7 days of silence. Tell me more about that.
Yeah, well, at the beginning of every year, I go into silence for 7 days and use that as my beginning of the year ritual.
Wow. That's amazing.
Yeah.
Is it, so what kind of, I'm just really curious, what kind of transformations happen during that?
I just really unplug from my travel schedule, so that's
Mhm.
part of it. um, because I'm usually traveling most of the year and usually get ideas for products and launches coming up the next year. And it's really just an exercise in me in disciplining my mind to for me not to get on the computer and talk to people. It's very hard
Mm, mm. Do you spend a lot of time on the computer and talking to people?
most of my time.
Ah, and how is that for you?
I get to work with really, really cool people. I'm really blessed about that. And it's a lot of fun, but it would, maybe it'd be nice to not be totally inundated with that all the time.
Mm, mm. Totally, totally. So I read the information that you sent in and you said you work billions of hours a week. Yeah, is that true?
Yeah.
Yeah, totally, totally. And would you prefer to be working fewer hours? Tell me a little bit about, I mean, I saw like your financial goals and all the accomplishments. I mean, it's amazing what you're up to, quite frankly. But tell me how I can help because I really want to make sure that our time together is really beneficial to you.
Sure. I am interested in seeing ways in which I can have more time available to me to be able to spend some time with my godchildren and to actually get to spend some time in my home and that kind of thing.
Hmm. Hmm. And are you not able to do that much now?
Well, it's hard to fit it in. I
Yeah,
I usually fit it in, but it certainly has to be made a high priority for it to get in there.
totally, totally. And so, do you mind if I just ask some more questions about it? Because I really want to give you practical advice today. So you've got some really, I mean, I could give you like general glib sort of advice, but that's not really what I think either one of us want to do. So, where do you feel like your time gets stuck, or where does it go that doesn't allow you to have more time with your godchildren?
I'm traveling a lot. I do events most of the year. Um, I'm pretty much booked for the next 6 months, so I spend a lot of time on planes,
Wow.
um, a lot of times changing time zones.
Yeah.
And I'd probably say that's where a good chunk of my time goes to, which is hard to kind of be productive in those time periods sometimes, even though I like seeing all the places. Um, and I do a lot of joint ventures. That's
Mhm.
pretty much how I build my business is through joint ventures and launches.
Right. And that takes a lot of time, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. You sound sad.
I, about the yeah, I guess it's I've been doing this for 20 years. I've been doing internet marketing
Mm.
and kind of doing the grind.
Yeah. So, tell me a little bit about what you would like it to be like. What would it be like if it weren't a grind?
Really fun.
Yeah. You sound like you
Yeah.
are so much fun. My goodness. Right? Totally. Yeah. Did you have any fun in
Totally.
Maui or was it just silence?
Oh no, I won't go anywhere if I can't have some
I was
fun.
gonna say. Oh my God. So, what did you do for fun while you were there?
I tried to find cute pool boys.
How did that go? That's awesome.
It went okay.
So funny. Good, good, good. That's great. Is that why you go back every year?
Sure, yeah.
Cool. That's so good. That's
They're
awesome.
in good shape out there, for
I,
sure.
I believe that. It's so funny. You're so different than what I expected. This is such a, this is, I'm so glad we're chatting. So, I don't even remember what I'm supposed to be asking you right now. So tell me, so like, obviously you have a huge mission and doing great stuff. Like your current book is bestseller, right?
Right.
Totally. So, what's the vision? What's the thing that you like at the end of your days? What's the thing that you'll want to look back and have done? What's the piece that's missing in terms of the money or the pool boys or the income or
Um, Honestly, I do want to find love.
oh,
I've not had that that match as the person that I'll spend the rest of my days with. I have a fabulous business partner, so I was actually married to,
wow,
and we're forever friends.
right.
But it's it's not the intimate relationship, so I'd love to have that. Um,
Mm,
and I think at this point in my career, I'd like to have more contact with the people I'm working with because it's been large groups and big email lists for so many years that money's not really a thing for me
yeah,
at this point.
totally, 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 totally. So more intimacy, it sounds like.
Yeah.
Yeah, totally. And yeah, that's interesting. So do you mind if I just go here a little bit more with you than I normally would?
No, we can do that. Sure.
So I used to be a love coach, right? So like it sort of opens up different pieces of my mind. So what is it about the traveling and the time management that doesn't allow you to find that kind of connection?
Well, I mean, I'm traveling, so I don't stay any one place for any amount of time. So anyone I meet, I'm
Right.
not staying connected with.
Mm,
The fact that I'm on this call right now and not totally distracted is somewhat of a miracle.
mm-hmm.
Um, and I guess I give all of myself to the transformation work that I'm doing with people.
Got it. Got it. And so if we arrange something that didn't require as much time, had travel that was for fun, right, and for intimacy, but wasn't um, as required, and got you more plugged into the people that you're here to serve, that would be of interest, right?
Yeah, yeah, I think it would.
Yeah, cool, cool. So, what are you looking for in a man? That's totally not what I'm supposed to ask, but if we can get you that also, right?
Yeah, well, we already talked about he needs to be good looking.
Oh, excellent. So cool. Of course, no problem. And anything else?
uh, I have a huge heart,
Yeah.
so it's just they have to have just the biggest heart in the world, and they have to just be okay with the fact that I'm boss and
Mm-hmm.
like I'm the queen.
Yep.
Um, and they need to be able to have fun with me, and they need to be open to my way of life, open to meditation, open to experiencing new and different places.
Totally. All sounds very doable to me. Yeah. Yeah. Does it feel doable to you?
I think so. I think I've been close a few times.
Yeah, I bet you have. I bet you have. That's so good. That's so good. Perfect. Good. Okay, so we'll talk about business a little bit and see if we can happen to find the guy along the way, if that's cool. So talk to me right now about how many hours. So, are you managing your team a lot? Where does the time go? Are you doing interviews a lot? Are you?
Yeah, I'm doing interviews a lot. I'm usually talking with the people that I have relationships with professionally. I mean, most of the people I have professional relationships with are also my friends,
Hmm.
but there's a lot of maintaining those relationships to do those joint ventures. Um, there's a lot of me working, collaborating on the next project with Chris
Hmm.
because I kind of like give the big idea to him and he takes it and does something with it. Um, and and then the other piece is the travel because it's just time consuming.
Right, totally, totally. And so, in terms of money, how it comes in, what are the things that you are making your most profit from right now?
Um, the events that I do and the certifications that I do.
Got it, got it. And what price point are those?
Certifications around $3,000 for a weekend per person,
Got it.
and up to 100 people per certification course.
Right. And have you thought, and I know that a lot of people go, oh, no way at this, but just let me ask, have you thought about raising your prices? Have you thought about having a higher level? I mean, certainly that works, right? You're making a lot of money from that. But have you thought about doing a layer where you take people to Maui and they get to spend time with you?
Um, I mean, I guess the thoughts run through my head,
Hmm.
particularly when thinking about how to be more intimate with people.
Hmm. 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 The smartest piece of dating advice I ever gave myself. Do you want to hear it?
Sure, yeah.
I don't even know that it's pertinent in this moment, but I had this moment where I thought, sweetheart, you've got to raise your price tag in terms of the men, right? Like that I did not cost enough. And so I was attracting the like bargain store hunters, right? So I don't know if that's helpful, but that was the thing that changed everything for me was all of a sudden I started to value myself more. And then someone showed up who really valued me too. So, I mean, you could easily, with your reputation, do a $50,000 program, do a 25, do 100,000, and that pushes into to things. But if you were going to charge somebody $100,000, I'm sure that you would deeply transform their life.
Yes.
Yeah, yeah. So the benefit to doing that, right? So you're at about seven figures right now. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So if we look at, 10 people at 100,000 and there you go.
Yeah.
Not saying that that's what you want to do, but you want to
Right.
go to about 10 million, right?
Yeah.
And so I'm just going to tell you a little bit about an easy way to start to do that requires actually less moving parts than what you have. And the benefit of it is this: you have so many relationships and so many people who love and adore you and so much notoriety that if we started to add, it's like you're the DKNY, and if we added a Don and Karen to it, there's so much money that's sitting there for you that it would dramatically change things. I mean, think about your schedule if you just thought for the next 6 months, like which ones of these appearances do I really want to do rather than I need to do all of these? Would that loosen things up? I mean, maybe that won't. Is that something you're wanting?
I mean, that would definitely loosen things up for sure.
Yeah, yeah. Because I get the sense that you like a little freedom. And so having the ability to go, yeah, I want to go to Florida, but I don't really feel like going to Nebraska that week or whatever might,
Yeah.
yeah, add a little bit of levity. Cool. So, do you guys do Facebook ads at all? I've seen some stuff, but I'm not sure if it was
It's
JV
not
stuff.
something,
Yeah,
yeah, it's not something that we really do a
yeah,
lot of.
yeah.
I
Is
mean, we've
there,
been working with Bumble.
say that again, sorry.
We've been working with our email list for so long that it's
Yeah,
something that I guess we just kind of got used to working for us.
totally. So, can I just give you a quick little tip?
Sure. Yeah.
So, even, and this is a super simple thing, like you can, like just have somebody do this in like 10 or 15 minutes. Even if you simply made your offers to your email list on Facebook, you would sell loads more. So you can target the people that are on your email list. And if you think about like, what's your open rate for your email list now? Around like 20% or so?
Something like that, yeah.
Yeah, it's gotten tougher since Gmail. Have you guys found that since they did the promotions tab?
Yeah, there's been some dips.
Yeah, totally, totally. Have you guys aged your list recently?
I'm not sure that's what my other guy does.
Totally, totally. So it's just like if you clean out the people who haven't opened in the past 6 months, then it means that a lot more emails will end up in people's inboxes. It's this weird rating thing that I didn't know about for a long time.
Oh,
But
well, then we should do that.
yeah, totally. That's like a 5 minute fix because that'll increase your open rate. But you know, the deal is 75% or 80% of the people who subscribed and said they're interested in you aren't even ever opening your stuff. And so if you, for instance, are just talking about your book and you put up a picture and a link and you target the people on your email list, you're going to have like 4 times the amount of people who are opening your emails right now who already love and adore you. That's an extra million for you right there, quite frankly, if you throw in your $3,000 thing.
That's crazy. So I can target my email list?
Totally. Do you mind if I get technical with you for one more moment?
Sure.
It's a really helpful tip. So then the other crazy thing is, have you ever like shopped for shoes and then all of a sudden they show up in your Facebook feed
Yes.
and you feel like it's a sign from God that you're supposed to buy those
Are you telling
$700?
me it's not a sign from God?
Well, it is, but it's God working through something we call a pixel.
Oh, no.
I know, I know. So the deal is like it doesn't take long at all, but you can have somebody drop the same technical thing on your website that's on that shoe website. And so people who are coming to your site who aren't signing up for your email list, but just like come because I mean, I've been to your site a bazillion times and I don't think I'm on your email list.
Well, why not?
Well, I know, right? Maybe I should. Maybe we can talk about that after this. Or maybe we could even talk about it now, but do you want to really know why? Can I be really honest with you?
Yeah, please.
I don't want all that JV stuff. And do you know what else? Because I have been looking at your site. I used to live in New York and look at it, so it's been 7 years. I've looked at it while I've been in LA. I've used it as a resource very often. If you put a pixel on that site, first of all, you can target all of the me's out there in the world who aren't on your email list or who get the third JV thing and are out of there, right? And so you can have your $3,000 coaching thing go out to those folks. Or I'm going to be really, can I just be seriously honest with you? You're going to love me or hate me after this.
Okay.
So I'm like one of your $100,000 buyers. I'd freaking go to Maui and hang out with you. And I'm not on your list and I'm not buying your lower end stuff because that doesn't appeal to me. So you're missing an opportunity. And if you transform somebody like me, you better believe I'm going to go out there and transform a lot of other people. The amount of legacy and impact you're going to have is going to be huge.
Wow.
And since I'm not on your email list, the one way to get me, this is your little technical trick, is to put, it's called a pixel on your site, like the shoe thing, and then to retarget me, which just means to show me the pictures of the shoes on Facebook.
Wow.
I know. Is this good news or bad news?
It's great. Well, I wish I'd been doing it.
Well, you know, there's
But
some
it's great news.
totally, and there are some tricks that I can tell you that can get this retroactively moving. I mean, here's the deal. I'm going to be really straight with you. So the thing is, there are 89 people who can teach you Facebook ads, right? So what I've told you so far is things like my tip about love, which may or may not work for you, and how to do some Facebook stuff that you could Google and figure out on your own, I am certain. But here's the thing that I know to be true, that we've sold out of our six-figure program with $2 leads from Facebook in like 60-minute phone calls. I have basically 2-year olds, and I don't work very much. And so doing this stuff with a lot of ease and simplicity, there's not anybody who does it the way that we do it, right? So I'm going to give you more tips so you can see more about how we do it. But does that sound good to get more help?
Yeah.
Just want to make sure you're not going to run off the phone and go do pixels right now. But the thing would be is if you did it right now, right, you would still probably need a little help putting up the $100,000 offer. So I'm going to help you a little bit with that. You could probably do an ad and sell the $100,000 that you could use half the screen and be like, do you want to hang out with me for a week in Maui? And if you're really good looking, there's a discount. You can maybe find man and clients all at once. I bet you probably could. We should do that as a
Oh,
dare.
Facebook ads to get a man.
You should,
Oh.
you know what? Quite frankly, I could find you love online with Facebook ads like in maybe more than 2 seconds, but that would not be hard at all. I think there's your answer to that. So that
All
would
right,
totally
maybe
work.
that's the next book.
You get that that would totally work, right? It would. Okay, so Facebook ads would be genius for you, because I mean, truly, it's not a lot to do, and you can have those running all the time. So if somebody just hears about you today and are just on your website now, like it can be targeting those people. We can work it in a way so it's time sensitive, so it drops off also. So you're not just targeting like me all day, every day, but the new people who come in and lets go of the old people. So that can just be set and be constant. And quite frankly, that can be like super easy money. Your events, do most people fly in for them? Do you travel to do them?
Yeah.
Yeah, because you can target by,
I travel to people most of the time.
right. You can target people in certain locations also. So really easy. Can you take more than 100 people on a certification weekend?
Yeah, I think we could probably scale it with my master trainers.
Yeah, totally. So I don't think it would be hard at all to, I mean, I don't want to say double without knowing everything, but if you're not using any Facebook ads right now at all, like there are people on your email list who live in the same towns you're doing stuff in right now who don't know about it. So we could get those people, we could get people who are local, like it just would be super easy to increase that. So if we increased that a decent amount, is most of the travel done for those events, or is the travel done also for the book and that sort of thing?
I'm sorry, what's that last one?
Sorry, I'm just wondering, the travel that you do, is the majority of it for profit, or is it highly profitable travel?
I mean, yeah, I mean that's where a lot of, if not most of my income comes from going and doing those events.
Got it.
Like I just spent about 6 months in Japan, and
Yeah,
I think like thousands of people got certified.
got it. Great. Perfect. 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 Yeah. So it would be an option, right? If we did something as simple as double the attendance to have your travel, for business at least. So that'd be sort of cool.
Yeah.
And managing this, right, is very different than managing a whole JV thing. Like you don't have to network with anybody for it. It's just as simple as it's up and it's on. And I'll tell you, the leads that come through, especially through, and you have a fan page, right?
Hmm.
So we target those people. We target your email list. We target the people who've been on your website. I mean, there's oodles of cash there, and really not many moving parts. So,
Wow.
right? So there's just money that's
That's
just there with.
exciting.
Yeah, it is totally, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah. Because the other thing to think about too, I think this is the thing that people sometimes forget. So there are so many people out there. Like my life would be dramatically different. I'm like going to cry, and I apologize, but someone told me I should never cry. I should never cry. I should never apologize on sales calls. So here we go. Um, but like your work changed my life. It changed my life.
Uh,
And there are so many people like me that haven't heard about you, even though you're so well known, right? But like Japan, you have access to people internationally through Facebook. Like there's so many people you could help. Super easy.
Wow.
Yeah. So if we do that, then I do think that you do want to raise your prices, not for everything, but if we add another layer to it, right? Like, what would be
Mm.
your dream, like, ideal sort of weekend or retreat or tele anything? Like, if you really thought about how you really want to serve people in the world, like, what would be that dream sort of teaching experience for you? What would that look like?
Um, Probably a spa, Ayurvedic spa,
Mm,
uh, teaching them meditation, um, really working with young people, like younger versions of myself
mm.
that I could help on their journey.
And
I
what
get
would
really excited about working with younger people,
you get really what?
excited about working with the younger generation.
Yeah. Just think if you could talk to somebody that's a younger version of you, how much you could impact their life. So, what kind of transformation would they walk away from there with? Like, what's the biggest gift you could give anybody? What's the big change you could make in someone's life at the highest level?
Loving them.
Mm.
They're walking away with them knowing their worth.
And what's that worth to somebody in literal terms?
like like money wise.
Sure.
I mean, I know if I'd known myself as I am now or earlier, that would have been just like millions of extra profit. Like if I had known my worth the way I know it now when I was younger.
Totally. And I mean, we know that there's a lot of wealth in the world, right? There are a lot of people who have a lot of money.
Yeah.
So even the Ayurvedic spa, that experience of getting away, of being with you, there are so many people who would easily pay that for any aspect of that. That's one of the genius things about travel stuff is that people really want to go, like they see something with you and they've always wanted to go to an Ayurvedic spa. Well, they can check two things off their list, right? And so some of their vacation fund can go to it, some of their transformational fund can go to it. But if someone were going to spend a week with you and really walk away and see their total value, how much, I hesitate to ask it, so I'm going to ask it the way that I usually do. Like, what could you tolerate someone spending to spend that time with you? How much money could they hand you and you wouldn't run away?
For a week.
Sure. And not just them alone. Let's be
um,
clear. We'll have a few more people. So,
25 grand.
does that push into stuff for you? It sounds a little hesitant.
A little bit.
So, what would happen if you raised your price tag? Like, what if we called that 50 grand?
Well, I would have twice as much money.
Yes, you would. Thank you, lady. And is that a problem?
No, it's not. I quite enjoy money.
Yeah.
Um, well, I guess that there would be the people there for it, particularly if the strategy that you're talking about can reach people in the way you're saying it can.
And so if people wanted some follow up to that, if they wanted to get on the phone with you once a month, or they wanted to like have a free ticket to one of your events when you came to their area, or if they got a copy of your new book, or they got bonus to some other material or some sessions with some of your master coaches, right?
Hmm.
We could probably charge them even a little bit more, right?
Yeah, yeah.
Because people, I would say also, once they've spent a week with you, are probably going to want more because they're going to walk away transformed. They're going to go home, their laundry's going to be dirty, their dog will be unhappy with them. Like they get pulled back into everything and then they can't quite remember why they're supposed to love themselves in the first place. And talking to you a month later can bring their vibration back to the place where they can hold that and really shift things. And 6 months later, when they've lost 50 pounds or when they're charging more money, right? Like there's a process that would be beneficial if people could be involved in that with you, I would say.
Yeah.
Yeah. And, then they could do the next Ayurvedic spa or whatever you'd like to do after that. But certainly I would say if you threw in just some pieces like that, and I don't know if any of those appeal or don't appeal, you could go up to something like 50, no problem. Because the thing that people will pay for is access. So
Hmm.
even if I mean, how many people can you handle on a Q&A call for an hour? Are you open to doing something like that? 1 hour a month?
Sure. Yeah.
Cool. So how many people do you think that you could comfortably
Well, I
have?
haven't done it in that setting,
Yeah,
but
totally.
off the top of my head, I guess maybe 10.
Yeah. So I would say even you could probably go up to 20 because about half of them probably won't even show up, to tell you the truth. And if you've got 10, that's 6 minutes apiece. That's a lot of time, right? Some of them may not have questions. Is 20 okay
Hmm.
or no?
Yeah.
Yeah, great. So if we did, like a 20 people at a $50,000 level, there's another million.
Nice.
And that's a week at a spa and some phone calls. I would say you could probably even get it up to 50 people, quite frankly. Like how many do you have a particular spa that you do something like this with? And now we're getting really nuts and bolts, but
Yeah. Um there's one in
yeah.
Arizona.
Yeah, and could you have like 25 or 50 people there maybe?
Yeah.
Totally. Totally. So, you do 50 people, what? That's 2.5 million. And that's a week and an hourly call and a greater chance to meet a husband because they're going to step up at that level more so than they would. Does that resonate at all? I will stop talking about the husband, or you didn't even say husband, right? Does that resonate on the man level at all, or am I completely off the beam on this?
Oh, no, we can talk about men
Okay, great.
whenever you want to talk about
Okay, good, perfect, 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 perfect. So if we throw just those simple things in, then the other thing that I would be thinking of if I were you is this. So like how are we going to sell them, right? Because right now selling is like what, 6 emails, a launch, another call, who's in a WhatsApp, like it's extensive, all the affiliate management, that sort of thing, right?
hmm hmm
I would assume all of those pieces take a lot of time and staff, and when something breaks, it's
Yeah.
difficult, right? Yeah. So I mean, it's a great business model. And the benefit too is I keep saying benefit to you, but you know, if you launch something like your Ayurvedic Spa 50K program, you can ask your JV people to promote that.
Right.
Who
Yeah, that's
doesn't
true.
want a cut of a 50K purchase? I think
Right.
you get a lot of really strong interest. And yeah, that would bring the profit down, but also, I mean, you could honestly take applications and start to fill this, I think. Do you have salespeople who do stuff for you right now?
Um, No, I've got a support staff, but not like specifically dedicated salespeople. Like we don't do sales calls.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. So for a 50K, you might want to do a little bit of it. I have every belief in the world that if we put you on the phone, you'd sell people left and right. But I also think that that's probably a really not fun use of your time, right?
Right.
Do you have somebody on your team that if we handed them a script, they could read it? That sounds so wrong. Oh my gosh. I don't mean it like that. I mean, I'm so
I'm
sorry.
sure that we do.
I would imagine they could read also, not the wrong way. I would assume that you've got people who easily would do the sales piece for you, like some of your master trainers, right? Like would even be interested in that
Sure,
sort of thing,
yeah.
right? You're surrounded by people
Yeah.
who are good at selling themselves and who would do that. And so I don't think it's adding any, more moving parts. You want to keep track of how much they sell. And if you did a JV aspect of it, you would want to keep track of that too. But like, what's the average price of what you're selling right now that's JV stuff?
Uh, the average probably like 1,500.
Yeah. So managing 50K sales is going to take a lot less time and technical stuff
Right.
than a 1500, especially because what portion of that 1500 are you making?
After I pay out my team and all the software to support that, maybe 900 per purchase.
Yeah. So it makes money, right? And it's a genius thing that you've built. However, if we have a higher priced item that goes through that process, A, you're going to have a lot more impact. B, it's going to be a lot more enjoyable. And C, it's loads more money. It's like the difference between being Walmart and being Gucci.
Mm. I'm definitely Gucci.
I know, right? So we need to, mm, like, besides love, is there any other big dream in your life that hasn't been fulfilled?
No, I've been really blessed. Yeah, that's
Yeah,
really the one that hasn't filled in.
yeah. And if you weren't working the billions of hours, like if all of a sudden you were just working 20 hours a week, what would your life be like?
Um, well, I'd be shopping. I'd probably be cooking. I'd finally get to hang out in my cabin, um, going and being with my friends, my girlfriends, and then meeting a man,
Yeah. This,
maintaining that relationship.
right? This may really sound
I'd go
crazy.
to the movies more.
Totally, right? When's the last time you went to the movies?
It was a long time,
Mm.
like probably a year,
Mm-hmm.
and I love them.
Right. This may sound crazy to you, but I will tell you that interestingly, when people work with me, I think love and sales has an awful lot to do with each other. Like a lot of times when people get their sales stuff together, the love stuff falls into place. Isn't that odd?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
Because it's going to be tricky to find love without much time available, right?
well, yeah, totally.
How much money would you need to make next year to feel good?
Mm. To without like traveling or just in general?
I don't know, whatever.
5 million.
Uh-huh. So if we threw in the 2.5 with the 50 people in the 50K, if we added a million because we added some Facebook ads, that's 3.5. You're already at about 1, right? That's 4.5. We haven't even talked about, like if you just charged 5,000 for your weekend thing, like there you go.
Right. Yeah.
How much money comes in from your JV? Do you mind that I'm asking personal questions?
Yeah.
How much money comes in from your JV stuff each year?
Mm, about 1 million.
Right. And so how much stuff comes in from your own stuff each year?
Oh, probably about another probably about another million, I would
Got it. Got it. Got
say.
it. Got it. Got it. Got it. So I may have misread your form. But so if we, I mean, you've got the JV stuff down right now, right? Like it's not too difficult to
Right.
manage. Yeah. Does it sound exciting doing some of these tweaks so that the money goes up? Like on a scale of 1 to 10, how excited are you about the things I'm talking about?
I'm excited. I mean, I'm a 10.
Yeah. And there's
You
so
know,
much
we
hesitation
can
in
make
there.
the
And what? Tell me, please. Oh my
I mean,
goodness.
we make the same money doing this kind of program in less and what sounds like significantly less time
Yeah.
than the JV stuff. That's a pretty exciting prospect for me.
Hmm. So
Um,
what's the hesitation
I'm
you
kind
hear?
of wondering why no one's told me out of all of the team
Ah,
people that I have.
right. Exactly. Right. Totally. I'm a total stranger. And why has no one said it? So the people that you have now, it's their area of expertise, what they've shown you, right?
Right. They're really good with the Infusionsoft and all of that kind of thing.
Totally, totally. And does their income depend on them performing in the manner that they're performing?
Yes.
So, like, if they were to say to you, I think there's a different way to do this and I don't know how to do it, would that maybe put their jobs at risk?
It may.
They might not know it also, right? I'm not going to go ask my mechanic how to cook a gourmet meal unless I know he knows. You know what I mean? Like, I just think that there are different
Right.
things that each of us know, right?
Right.
Like the people at the Ayurvedic spa, I assume they have expertise that, I mean, I certainly don't know how to run an Ayurvedic spa. So you go there because it's complementary and it helps support the things that you're teaching, but you're not going to start teaching the things that they do, are you?
It's true.
Yeah.
No.
So I just think
I'll
it's
keep it up.
yeah. And the other thing that I'll tell you is this, I'm just going to be really frank with you. So how long have you been in business now? 20, you said?
20 years.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So like my babies can get to things on my iPhone that I do not know how to do. And I'm talking about my one almost 2 year old. Like when I was a kid, there certainly were no iPhones, right? Like what changes in 20 years is dramatic.
Yeah.
And
Yeah,
so
it's true.
have you found, okay, now these are the really difficult questions. Have you found that your sales are going down in the JV stuff?
Yeah. I mean, definitely the conversions are lower. It was a heck of a lot harder to get us up to New York Times bestseller this time around than it was in 2006.
So can I tell you that 20 years from now, what you're doing might not be working?
Yes.
And so figuring out a new way to do it and adding a new way, while not losing what you're doing right now means longevity for your career.
Yeah, it's true.
Because if we play out what you're doing right now, right? Like look at the Gmail promotions folder and how it's impacted things. And I'm going to be really straight with you because your stuff has really helped me. So the deal with Facebook ads is it works right now, but that will change a couple of years from now also. And so the
Hmm.
opportunity that's there now, like you're right when you say, I wish I would have been doing this before. You want to start doing it right away.
Right.
And there will always be new things that can be done. But I would assume that rebuilding all the infrastructure that you've built for what you have right now is not something that you really are wanting to do, right? Like there's got to be an easier way.
Absolutely not.
Yeah, totally, totally, totally. So, I mean, if it were me, I mean, this is the reason why I'm excited to be on the call with you. How many people are on your email list?
About 700,000.
Sweetheart, like, please, like, just give me your company and let me target them for you. And you, like, go on vacation and, like, find the man or hang out with the pool boys and come back and I'll give you like a big freaking check. There's such opportunity right now. Like how lucky are we that you can take all that and funnel that into a place like Facebook where people spend crud loads of time. and they'll just click and buy your stuff. Like today is your freaking golden ticket. Like today is cash pot, baby, if you take it. You feel like I'm going to
Yeah.
sell you something, right? I can tell. I can
Yeah.
tell. I'm not. That's it. I'm done. Go. What's the saying and multiply that they say? So, like, go be happy. That's it. There's what you should
Go forth and
do.
prosper.
Yeah, exactly. May the force be with you. All that good stuff. Yeah.
How would us working together work?
Well, how would you like it to work if we were to do
Well, I
that?
want you to do my stuff. I want you to hand me a big check. That sounds really nice.
Well, that's something we can talk about. I mean, we might have to have another
Do you have,
conversation.
right, and I obviously would have to talk to my business partner about
Of course you would.
that kind of thing.
And we would probably want to get your business partner on
Um,
the phone for that.
right, yeah, absolutely. Um, but is that the kind of thing that you do? Eh, when you said you can take it over and like give me a check essentially, do you do that kind of thing?
Well, so there are ways that we could talk about doing that. Let me also talk to you though about some other things, because if I tell you about the aspects of that, you may think, oh my gosh, like that's, well, okay, so let's do two things here. That's a possibility. I'm more than happy to talk to you about that. Can I talk to you about the easiest, fastest way to get it?
Sure.
Because I'm just gonna, now the other way would make me a lot more money. Let me be clear. So if you want to pay me a lot more money for this, I am completely open to doing that for you. However, if you would like the bargain special of the year, here's another way that it can be done. So you have people on your team who obviously, if they freaking know Infusionsoft, they're smart, right?
Yeah.
And you have the capacity, even if it's not an Infusionsoft expert, like if you needed somebody to like, you can hire people from Fiverr to do this stuff on Facebook ads. It's not that difficult. So I'm trusting that we can find people to handle the technical pieces of this. I'm thinking that where you'll probably need the most support is around the following. So we'll get off the phone and you'll go, okay, my Ayurvedic spa, 50,000. I have to get on a plane. What about my god kid? And time will start ticking away, and it will be hard to energetically hold that there's 2.5 million waiting outside, like with a trip to a spa and a monthly phone call, right?
Right.
You sound hesitant again. It's so easy to read you. It's good. What are you thinking? Just tell me.
My arms on my sleeve. Um, could you just re-explain what you said?
Totally, totally. So here's what I think. What you need from me is to keep reminding you that these are the things that you want to implement. And when your team doesn't implement it, to say, okay, so I want you to tell your team these following three things. And you need someone who holds you accountable. So even though you've flown to the next city, we can still go, okay, did the spa get booked, right?
Mm,
So
yeah.
those pieces, sort
Yeah.
of mentoring through those things for you, I think is what you really need the most, because it's not an implementation problem that you have. It's sort of holding the high watch issue. I think that is what's really going on.
Hmm.
So, um,
That,
yeah, what did you say? My
I was agreeing.
yeah. Um, do you like people?
Do I like people? I love people.
I thought maybe you
I'm
did.
in the wrong business if I don't like
So-
people.
exactly. So my thought would be this. There's a way for me to mentor you with some really awesome people that would not cost you nearly as much and you would still get the same results. Does that?
Now, are they really fun?
Oh my God. So fun, it's not even funny. Yeah. Yeah. So what's the most, like when you have fun with people, what do you want to do?
Oh, I'm gonna laugh. Um, and just be silly and be myself and talk about ridiculous things.
Totally. Absolutely. They're completely that kind of fun. There's even an option where you can hang out in a hot tub with them if you want, but you don't have to do that if you don't want to also.
I like hot tubs. They're good.
Yeah, I do too. So
Good.
what that would involve would be this. It's a mastermind program, and there's a call every week. And because you're so busy, but for anybody, like I've had people in my mastermind who've never been on the live call. They've been in Australia, they've sent in emails. You can send in your stuff, or you can get on the phone with us and say, here's what's going on, here's what I need. Or you can just say, okay, Lindsay, I paid you. And I want this much money, and the man is not here yet. What do we do this week? And I will tell you. And then I'll give you the support stuff that you can even give to your staff, right? There's recorded stuff to teach the Facebook things, to teach the Pixel things. You can just hand that off to other people. So that's giving you what you need. And you can either do that. There's a virtual, I'm just trying to think out loud. Now you can hear hesitation in my voice. There's a virtual aspect where it's just phone calls. Or if you wanted to, there's the option where you can come get in the hot tub, and we do that like 4 times a year out here in California.
Hmm. You like California?
Yeah. So do you want me to tell you about the prices for those?
Sure.
Cool. You sound like, it's so funny. Maybe it's just because I've done sales calls forever, but you sound like you are just getting ready to like get hit over the head with a 2x4.
Well, um, I don't like sales myself.
Oh, I get it.
So maybe there's that.
Yeah. No, I hate sales, to tell you the truth, totally. So then let me just ask you from a business perspective, okay? So if we were going to take you to 5 million, what would that be worth to you? How much would you, like, if you were going to hand me a stack of money and I was going to hand you like the 5 million minus that stack of money, what would that be worth?
So if I like the, I
Like,
mean, a doubling of your investment would totally be worth doing it.
well, you're going to be totally psyched
I
then.
mean, like if I could hand you 2.5 million, you hand me 5 million, that's still quite a gain.
Right, totally. And so I'm not going to ask for anywhere near that. What we could do is the mastermind is 3,000 a month. It's a year-long program. So what? That's 36. And you get 5
Yep.
million. How does that sound?
Sounds like a really good deal.
What if I give you a discount? I know it sounds
Yeah.
like crazy, right? So we could do it for, if you want to set it up today, and I don't mean that you have to pay today, but I know that you're busy, and if I let you off the phone, what's going to happen, right? You're going to start to think about other stuff and get other things cooking, and it starts to dissipate.
Yeah.
So if we set it up today, there are 2 options. I can do it at 2,000 a month, and we can just bill it monthly. Or if you wanted to pay in full, I could take, let's see, 20% off that. So I'd need to do the math, but that would be what? Oh, Lord, I'm horrible. Do you have an interest in pay in full, or would you rather do monthly?
I mean, if there's a discount on it, I'd like to pay full.
Okay, great. So, perfect. What we can do then, yeah, we can do the 20% off if you want to pay in full. So that's 19.2. So, what credit card do you want to use?
Visa?
Perfect. So let me take that. I'll write all the information down. We're going to bonus you the materials that I talked about. What email should we send those to? Do you want those to go to you, or do you want them to go to your team?
You can send them to me right now.
Okay, great. I'll just use the same email address that we have on file. Now, do you have any questions? Because I get that this is a lot, right? Like you got on the phone and obviously you were interested in talking to me, and obviously we figured out a path. That's a plan. But what do you need to get off the phone and get started on this to feel really clear and comfortable?
Just tell me what my next step is and what I should be talking to my business partner about.
Perfect, perfect. So here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to lay that out in the email to you. It's an email that'll come from Paul at Social Media Heaven, We're going to send over some paperwork. If you have any questions, let me know, but I'll give you exactly which pieces should get started where. And if your business partner has any questions, what kind of questions do they tend to have?
Very grounded, pragmatic ones.
Totally, totally. So they're going to want to know things like the pixel stuff and all that kind of thing.
Yeah, nuts and bolts.
Do they usually follow your lead, or is this going to be one of those conversations where you get off the phone and go, I just spent $20,000, and they're going to be like, no, you didn't.
Follows my lead.
So what I will tell you is that more than anything in my business, the most important thing to me, besides serving people, is hanging out with my kids. So we've found super pragmatic ways to get results. So the stuff that we'll send, I think if he starts to just open it and look at it, is going to be super practical. And I'll just outline what order he can start to look at that in. And if he has any questions, he can send those in to me. I'm happy to answer them.
Okay, perfect. I think he'll appreciate that.
Yeah, totally. Cool. So the raising your price tag for the men thing, does that hold any water?
So, raising the price tag for which thing?
For men.
Oh, for men. I was like, which men am I selling? Yeah.
Yeah. So ponder that, and you're welcome to bring stuff to the group. We'll put you in a Facebook group too, and I don't know if you want to participate in there with that, but I think that, our business and our lives are a whole. Like, I don't think it would be a bad year if you fell in love.
No, I don't think so. I love years that I fall in love.
I hear you. You are a hoot. You're gonna have so much fun. This is amazing. So, yay. Good. And if at any point you decide you want to give me more money, feel free to let me know and I will tell you how you can pay me more, okay?
Perfect.
Sounds good. It's been a pleasure.
Hey,
Any other questions I can answer, or does that cover it?
No, that covers it. Do I just
Okay.
end the call?
Yeah.
Okay.
Thanks.
All right, thanks.
You're welcome.
All right,
Perfect.
bye.
So there's your recording of a sales call. I think there's a lot of interesting stuff in there to go over and to contemplate and to breathe into, and places that were, I thought, really good. And some interesting places, if you go back and you listen to it also, where you can hear me looping back to prior places. So in the slides, I will say we went very quickly through the intervention. And so that didn't flip up on the screen at the exact time that we did the intervention. But you will hear me, interestingly, afterwards intervening at other points also. And so I would encourage you, if you go back, to listen to those places and see how the things happen in order, but then they also, anytime something starts to become loose, this is the takeaway I take from this call. I realized that what I did well was I go back and I touch the pain again. I touch the hesitation. I touch the objections, right? So there we go. That's it. Big hugs to you all. Hope this was incredibly helpful. And until next time, take good care.